So it was the day before Halloween. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. Our son comes into our bedroom and he thinks somebody's at the door. I opened up the door and I was met by a wall of flame. After that, everything's kind of a blur, and I remember just yelling, "Everybody get out of the house, it's a fire."
I was like, oh my God, I gotta call 911. I was on the phone with 911 and amazingly, someone had already called because the fire trucks were coming around the corner. You know, our neighbors just kind of swooped us up and took us in and said, come to our house. Come to our house. This is the neighborhood we live in, you know.
Except for our 2 cats, we all made it out okay. All the kids and the dog, my wife. And we stood over on the corner and watched our house burn with our neighbors. And it was probably the scariest, saddest thing I've ever been through. One of the happiest days of my life when we moved in to our house in 2012. We met all of our neighbors. We thought we were going to be here for the rest of our lives.
I've known Mike for several years. We're from the same hometown, and you know, our grandparents worked together too in different ways. We were referred to Construction Specialties by a friend. So we pulled up to our burned down house and we were meeting. We just knew we were gonna meet with Construction Specialties. And Mike got out of the truck and I was like, wait a minute, I know you. And so that was really cool. And it just felt like, okay, like kind of stars are aligning here. Like this is gonna happen. And I just felt like panicking, overwhelmed. And then Sarah invited us in and, you know, showed us some things. And she just made everything so doable.
The smallest little decisions, you could tell that she put a lot of thought into it. And it was something like we could have went through it and just picked stuff out real quick and just lived with it. But she actually put time and effort into thinking about each little thing that's in this house.
I would say that about the whole crew. They all went above and beyond. In the face of, you know, what we've been going through, it was hope. The first couple days, it did feel like an Airbnb. It was just so nice and new. Everything was so nice and new. But after those couple of days, then it just felt like, I can breathe again. I'm home.
Sometimes it just will hit you like random thoughts in the middle of the day that's like, I can't believe everything we went through to get here.
My favorite thing about our new home is I'm really torn between the kitchen and the big bathtub. One of the early planning thoughts that I had was, I want a big, deep bathtub now. I had a little one where I'd get in like that. I wanted a big one, so we did get that in our build. Probably that, and I love the kitchen, so I'm torn between both.
Like just beyond anything that's in the house, it's the fact that it's a house on our property again. Like our house is back.
I feel really excited since our old house was not as good as this one, and this one's just better. My favorite thing is probably my closet since it's really big.
My favorite thing is probably the basement because it's a whole project down there. Either that or my room, because my room is just my room.
I love their work that they did on our house, and I'm so glad that my mom and dad reached out to them to build this house, and I'm really happy that they built this house for us.
Thank you really much. It's an awesome house.
Construction Specialties personal touch with everything they did during the process, from Sarah helping us with our design choices, Gary making sure everything's getting put together the right way and the way we want it. From start to finish, everything was seamless.
And when we started the process, we first met with Mike, and Mike, he laid out what this is gonna look like, and he started to help us build that dream, and that was pretty amazing. All, meeting with all of them.
We had a big decision after the fire, whether or not we rebuild or do we take the insurance money and just buy another house. But we love this neighborhood, and ultimately, now that it's done, like, it's clear that we made absolutely the right decision.